The FBI's January 6 Psyop just got exposed.
Mr. Reagan.
Before we get into it, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to my other channel, Strange Tales. I've got a new fantastic episode coming out soon, so stay tuned for that and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can watch it when it finally drops. The link is in the description below. All right, let's get going on this one. The FBI just admitted that they had 274 plainclothes agents embedded in the January 6 crowds. 274. Not informants, agents. And apparently Kash Patel is now claiming that it was for crowd control, but that is not true. First of all, the FBI is never used for crowd control, ever. Also, these FBI agents were plainclothes. That means that they were dressed like Trump supporters. You don't execute crowd control in plain clothes. You execute crowd control in uniform. The uniform is a symbol of authority. What is a plainclothes agent going to do? I'm FBI, guys. Do as I say. Come on, guys. I'm serious. Nobody's going to take you seriously. And if they do, they're just going to recognize you as attempting to infiltrate and spy on them or agitate the crowd, as was the case when Baked Alaska called out Ray Epps and everyone started to shout, "Fed."
Tomorrow, we need to go into the Capitol. Into the Capitol. What? No! Peacefully. Fed. Peacefully.
That is what actually happens when plainclothes agents try to do crowd control. They get exposed as infiltrators. No, these were not crowd control agents. There is no question in my mind that these agents had to be provocateurs. But if you're still skeptical that this whole thing was an FBI psyop, consider who was running the FBI operations in DC on that day, January 6th. The man's name was Stephen D'Antuono. Now, this guy had run the FBI's Detroit office during the 2020 Whitmer kidnapping fiasco. This was an entrapment op where FBI informants outnumbered suspects, planned the crimes, and even provided dummy bombs. This case was eventually exposed as a total psyop to try to make Trump supporters look bad, to create the illusion that MAGA was a group of dangerous far-right extremists. This FBI fake Whitmer kidnapping operation was entirely criminal, and after the truth was exposed, it led to multiple acquittals in 2022 and 2023. But before the entrapment aspect of this was made public, right after the headline-grabbing arrests in October 2020, FBI Director Christopher Wray promoted the FBI agent in charge of the operation, Stephen D'Antuono, to head the Washington field office, putting him in charge of January 6 operations, including the infiltration of those 274 plainclothes agents and the 26 informants in the crowd. Now think about that for a moment. FBI Director Wray rewarded the guy behind the FBI's staged Michigan psyop that was intended to smear Trump supporters as terrorists. He rewarded this guy with oversight of FBI operations on January 6th. That is not a coincidence. That was done for a reason. And before anyone claims the FBI would not do anything like this to American citizens, let me tell you about Gary Thomas Rowe Jr. In the 1960s, the FBI sent this guy to infiltrate the KKK. And what did he do? He murdered people. He set off bombs. He encouraged radical violence, all to destroy the KKK's public image and to give the FBI grounds for arrest. January 6th was the exact same playbook. Different decade, completely different group of people, same FBI. And the government hasn't just been hiding this, they've been explicitly lying to us about it all along. The December 2024 Inspector General report claims that there were no undercover FBI employees at January 6th, just the 26 confidential human sources. Now we know that was a massive lie. The FBI had 8 informants inside the Proud Boys alone. But it gets worse. I'll explain exactly how they orchestrated this all in one moment. First, of course, I have to sell you something. A lot of people drink way too much in college, and a lot of people carry these habits over into the 30s, 40s, and 50s, and even beyond. And a lot of people hit the party scene and they try drugs. Maybe you're on painkillers, antidepressants, maybe something else. All these things can destroy your liver over time. I personally take medication daily for an inherited chronic illness, and I'm sure many of you can relate. And this is why Purge is offering their new liver cleanse products for anyone who needs to clear those toxins out once and for all. PurgeStore.com offers everything you need to cleanse and detox your body. Powerful enzymes and probiotics, 15-day colon cleanse protocols, a parasite cleanse, and of course, the liver cleanse. Use Reagan as a promo code and get 15% off. If you are worried about the health of your liver, check out PurgeStore.com today. The link is in the description below. To this day, no one knows who actually put up the famous gallows before the crowds gathered on January 6th, but speculation has been for a long time that it was plainclothes FBI agents. Wouldn't it be great if Kash Patel looked into that and declassified those files? But beyond the FBI agents and confidential informants, the Metropolitan Police had their own undercover operation. There's video of MPD officers helping protesters climb scaffolding, shouting, "Go, go, go." Another MPD officer was caught on tape saying, and I quote, "We go undercover as Antifa in the crowd."
Well, we go undercover as Antifa in the crowd, so can you put that back in?
Antifa. They were dressed as Antifa to blend into the crowd. Seems weird since it was a crowd of Trump supporters. Why would you do that for any other reason than to antagonize the protesters into becoming an angry mob? Look, I don't want to relitigate January 6th. Y'all know what happened. But this new information is huge, and I really don't know why heads are not already rolling. The Trump administration is just letting all of this slide, which I don't get. January 6th was an obvious psyop. Let's expose everything that happened once and for all, arrest those responsible, and let them face justice. Oh, and by the way, maybe the Trump administration can finally get to the bottom of the Ray Epps thing. Please, guys, look into it. You can finally tell us once and for all who Ray Epps actually is, and more importantly, who he was working for. All right, before we go, make sure you subscribe to my other channel, Strange Tales. As I said, I've got a new fantastic episode coming out soon, so make sure you're subscribed to that and you hit the notification bell. The link, as always, is in the description below. Well, that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section below. And remember, it's not that all liberal friends are ignorant. It's just they know so much that is not so. Good night.
We're at war with the most dangerous enemy that has ever faced mankind in his long climb from the swamp to the stars. And it's been said if we lose that war, and in so doing lose this way of freedom of ours, history will record with the greatest astonishment that those who had the most to lose did the least to prevent its happening. If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth.